For the past 2 weeks, I have been living my best life, track testing the best drivers' cars in the world with Goodyear here at the Ascari Circuit in the south of Spain. This 5.425 kilometer FIA approved circuit has 26 corners, many of which were designed to recreate the famous curves from legendary racing circuits like Brands Hatch, Spa, Bathurst and the Nordschleife. The circuit can be split into 3 shorter tracks, and this is the layout that we'll be playing on. It is our final test, so are we saving the best for last? Ferrari speaks of the form becoming performance, and they are masters at allowing airflow to shape yet another pin-up. From the sculpted flanks to that bonnet with its raised central section and 2 side channels, the central aero pillar and the F1-inspired double front spoiler to their patented blown spoiler at the rear, all help them achieve a 50% increase in downforce without increasing drag. But the biggest talking point, their first mid-engine turbo since the F40, and it is impressive, winning Engine of the Year in 2016. The cockpit is certainly driver-focused. Buttons not on the wheel are on the wraparound pods, and there's a characteristic control bridge on the tunnel. As the name suggests, this Gran Turismo Berlinetta is no track special. You buy the pista for that, but what you do get is insane performance and sportiness without compromising on comfort. And we have the perfect circuit to let the horse dance. Well, the 488 GTB has some serious big shoes to fill as a replacement of the massively successful 458. And you know, there's some significant changes. Starting with the engine, out with a naturally aspirated and in with a smaller capacity 3.9 litre twin turbo V8, which pushes us so much more. And you know what, it changes the driving style of this car completely now, because you actually do need to be so precise on the throttle, because the torque is insane, it's relentless, and it just keeps on shoving. And in track mode, that throttle is so finely poised, you jump on it and you're going to find yourself in trouble. It's actually quite a difficult car to get balanced perfectly. What has impressed me though is that somehow they've managed to increase the downforce on the 488 GTB by 50% over the 458. Incredible. They've got a twin splitter up front which actually directs flow not only to cool the radiators but also under the body of the vehicle, so you're actually developing now in this Ferrari some real ground effects downforce. What's cool is you'd imagine that you would need some serious big wing on the back, but they've just reworked the vent, and it keeps the car pretty well planted and stable on the road. But listen, can I tell you what, this is insane. This car is brutal, and I think in the hands of somebody, well, that hasn't spent a bit of time on the track, you could really find yourself in big trouble. I'm sweating, I'm concentrating, Ascari is demanding, and this 458 is a flippin' machine. But wow, I am so impressed. Now, you know, obviously, Truck have gone and tweaked their 7-speed dual clutch for Ferrari, and when you put it into F1 mode, it is brutal on the shift. But this thing is blitz. It really is so quick. But yeah, you got to concentrate. Turn in is so precise, but it's that torque. You now really are driving this car, short shifting and making the most of that audacious amount of torque that's available. It's insane. Whew. Big step up. There's something very special about how the Italians build a car. Their personality and the passion is clearly evident, and it's really addictive. But having said that, this is the car that you probably need to spend the most time to get to grips with. I find especially now that it's got that twin turbo power, that torque is delivered so low down, and it's quite tricky. It makes the car pretty twitchy. But having said that, what an unbelievable week of test driving 3 amazing cars. Now I know when you're talking performance, it should be about time sheets and performance figures, but it's actually not what matters. You know what matters is that feeling you get when you're behind the wheel. It's that feeling you get when you think back to what it was like driving those cars, and that is something that a stopwatch can't quantify.